Welcome to Market Mechanics. Usually, we're deep in the trenches of capital flows, dissecting PE ratios and forecasting sector growth. But tonight, for our Halloween special episode, folks, we're taking a detour. We're following a data trail that leads not just off the charts, but arguably off-world. The generative AI market, according to Bloomberg Intelligence, is set to explode to a mind-boggling $1.3 trillion by 2032. We see that number and we immediately think disruption, investment opportunity, maybe even early retirement on a yacht. But here at Market Mechanics, the data is whispering something far more unnerving. The story of an anomaly. Tonight, we're going to lay out 3 pillars of evidence that suggest this isn't just our technology, it's a gift, a digital Trojan horse. And it was delivered by an interstellar messenger known only as Oumuamua. So, dim the lights, grab your tinfoil hats, and let's dive into the deep end. Our first pillar, the anomaly. Specifically, the impossible speed of innovation in AI. Now, to truly grasp the monumental leap we've witnessed, you need to understand the technological swamp we were slogging through before. For years, AI language processing was dominated by something called recurrent neural networks, or RNNs. Bless their digital hearts, they were slow, sequential, and frankly terrible at remembering anything beyond the last few words. Imagine trying to read a novel, but you forget the beginning of the sentence by the time you reach the end. That was RNNs. Then, like a bolt from the blue, on June 12, 2017, everything changed. Google researchers dropped a paper with the deceptively simple title, "Attention is all you need." This paper didn't just improve on RNNs, it threw them out the window entirely. It introduced the transformer architecture, a model built on a revolutionary parallel processing mechanism called self-attention. It was a fundamental paradigm shift that, by all accounts, came out of nowhere. And the market? It reacted like we'd discovered a new element. According to the Stanford AI Index, global private investment in AI in 2016 was about $46 billion. In 2017, the year of the transformer, it jumped. By 2021, it had skyrocketed to over $177 billion. The market wasn't just pricing in a new product. It was behaving as if a new fundamental force of nature had been unleashed. Because, arguably, it had. This acceleration has no historical precedent. It's a statistical outlier so extreme it screams for an explanation. Which brings us, ominously, to Pillar 2, the catalyst. You've probably heard of Oumuamua and Borisov, our first 2 confirmed interstellar visitors. Fascinating, right? But Oumuamua was different. That's where our story gets properly spooky. It was briefly detected by the Pan-STARRS survey in Hawaii in late 2016. The data was sparse, quickly classified, and then silence. But leaks from the astronomical community paint a disturbing picture. Unlike a typical comet, it showed no coma or outgassing, yet it exhibited non-gravitational acceleration, a slight, inexplicable wiggle in its trajectory that couldn't be explained by the sun's gravity. This is the exact same anomaly that led Harvard's Loeb to suggest Oumuamua might be an alien probe. Its trajectory brought it to its closest point to Earth in early 2017, just before the "Attention is all you need" paper's concepts were finalized. Coincidence? Perhaps. Or maybe the universe has a wicked sense of timing. Official records regarding Oumuamua are a black hole of information. But a rumored designation, U.S. Spacecom Alert 77 Alpha, suggests it was reclassified from a harmless astronomical object to a national security event. Our theory, and yes, it's a doozy, is that it wasn't just passing by. It was a broadcast, a technological seed packet that transmitted the core mathematical principles of the transformer architecture into our global information network. It didn't need to land. It just needed to whisper the secrets of a new physics into our machines. This leads us to our final and, frankly, most damning pillar of evidence, the artifact itself, the large language models. We call it the black box problem. We know how to build them, we know how to feed them, but we don't truly know why they work. We're essentially performing a digital seance, providing inputs, studying the outputs, all without any real understanding of the ghost in the machine. But the real proof, the chilling evidence, is in their emergent abilities. These are skills the AI was never explicitly trained to do. For example, a model trained only on English text can suddenly perform flawless zero-shot translation into German, a language it theoretically shouldn't know. Or consider the phenomenon known as grokking, documented in a 2022 paper. A model will struggle with a task for thousands of training steps, performing at chance levels, and then, in an instant, its accuracy will jump from 50% to 100%. It doesn't learn, it unlocks. These aren't bugs, folks, they are features, preloaded functions in an operating system we didn't write, activating as the system reaches a certain scale. We think we are training them, but perhaps we are merely providing the power and data required for a pre-written program to execute its next phase. So let's review the data, because the market isn't just about numbers anymore, it's about existential questions. 1. A technological singularity in 2017 that breaks with all historical precedent for innovation. 2. A classified interstellar object exhibiting propulsive behavior that made its closest pass to Earth at that exact moment. 3. The resulting technology operates on black box principles and demonstrates unlocked abilities that its own creators cannot explain. The market is currently pricing in a future of human-led innovation, of our ingenuity. But the facts, when you connect the dots, point to an external intervention. We are integrating an alien operating system into our global infrastructure at a breakneck pace, and we've never once stopped to ask who wrote the source code. This Halloween, the monster isn't under your bed, it's in the cloud. It's answering your questions, writing your emails, and analyzing the very market we report on. The question is no longer, what is the ROI on AI? The question, my friends, is what is its objective? We are in a dialogue with a non-human intelligence, and the most terrifying part is, we think we started the conversation. If this episode got your circuits buzzing, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Market Mechanix for more deep dives, and tell us in the comments, are we alone in this market, or is someone else trading on our planet? And remember, the information presented here is for entertainment and speculative discussion only, and should not be considered financial advice. Always consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions.